Hi, alright folks, welcome back to Glasgow News. Happy New Year to you. I hope 2020 is a good one. Right, I'm back on the Daily Record for the first story of this year. It's not a particularly great story as such, but it kind of raises a couple of issues that I was interested in, and I want to see if I can highlight it to basically get a conversation going and seeing what you think out there. Because I was having a wee discussion with some friends and we're unsure about it, but anyway, I'll bring it to you. So the headline is, parents of a girl killed by a BMW have been given a restraining order to stop them harassing the driver who fainted at the wheel. So I could read the full story, but I'll just give you the surmising, the short version. That BMW there crashed into a bus stop, alright? Headlong into a bus stop where there was several people standing there. Now, that young girl was killed. She's only 15, she was killed, and at least two other people had serious injuries as a result of that crash. Now, this couple have just recently been brought up in front of a magistrate's court because they are so involved in this, obviously, because of their grief, etc. They have been allegedly handing out leaflets near this guy's house or place of business, his wife's place of business, petitions for them to be charged. Alright, they don't like the outcome. And what was the outcome? Well, the outcome of the prosecutor's office, it says here, the Crown Prosecution Service officials ruled out a prosecution against this guy. And his name is, what's his guy's name? I can't remember. What's his name? The guy that ran into him. Where are we? Aye, sorry. There's the chap's name. His name was Richard Brooke. He's 53. And apparently they were actually outside. Maybe they drove past the place a few times, etc., etc. Because they're obviously trying to hand out things to try and get something. But let's get back to the prosecutor. The prosecution service officials ruled out a prosecution against Mr. Brooke after hearing that the business consultant had fainted at the wheel of his vehicle and suffered from insane automatism. All right. Now, ultimately, these people weren't charged. The magistrate and the Crown prosecution decided to drop the charges, but still issued a restraining order against the man and his wife from going in or anywhere near the people involved, Mr. and Mrs. Brooke. Okay, but what I was interested in was this diagnosis, insane automatism, and I was quite interested, wondering what the hell is that? You probably guessed already what it is, but anyway, this is a report in the forensic psychiatry and forensic psychology about criminal responsibility, right? Automatism. It says here, automatism negates criminal responsibility. The term is used to describe behaviour that occurs when a person is unconscious and unaware that the act is taking place. For instance, if somebody murders his spouse while some man murders his spouse while he's sleepwalking, he didn't mean to do it, so that's called automatism. Now, there's two types of automatism apparently. One type is called insane automatism, and there's another type called non-insane automatism. But let's you and I just discuss insane automatism, because that's the diagnosis that was put forward to the Crown Prosecution Service, which resulted in no charges being brought against the man. So what does that normally apply to? It says here, insane automatism occurs when the condition giving rise to automatism is intrinsic to the mind of the accused. So that means intrinsic means something that is part of, suffers from that person's brain, right? Or in this case, mind of the accused person. An example of this is automatism due to epilepsy. See, epilepsy. If this defence is successfully used, the accused person is found not guilty by reason of insanity. So we don't need to go on about it, do we? So we get where we're going with that one. So here's the question I was wondering about though. Wonder what these people had on their petition. Were they suggesting, like I'm maybe suggesting or surmising, that if this person was let off by the Crown Prosecution Service by reason of insane automatism due to an epileptic fit, has due diligence been used by the police and the Crown Prosecution Service to investigate Mr. Brooke's medical history since he was a child? Is there any record in Mr. Brooke's medical history that would indicate that he has in the past suffered from any form of epilepsy? If that is the case, am I not right in saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't believe you're allowed to drive a vehicle in the United Kingdom if you suffer from epilepsy. I believe that you're asked that question when you go for a licence. I believe it is your duty to update DVLA if you have any epileptic fits. Failure to do so means that you are liable for anything that happens. Right? That's my opinion of that. Now, did we know have a driver run into people in George's Square? Do you remember, folks? What happened to him? Do you remember the bin lorry guy? Did he know have that kind of defence? So anyway, I'm not going to rabbit on about this any more than I need to, because it's absolutely horrific, the grief they people are suffering this new year. And the other there when they were in a happier frame of mind, that beautiful wee girl. So with that in mind, folks, you know, how lucky are we, you know, not to have suffered anything like that. And my heart goes out to Mr. and Mrs. Dawson. So that said, folks, I'm going to end the video there. If you appreciate the content, please give me a thumbs up, comment please, and subscribe if you want. Peace out.